And we are live. Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
everybody. How are you today?
Hey, I'm so happy to be here with you today, Katie.
I
Um,
am too. I'm
and it was
excited.
nice in the chat last night to ask your question as well. I love that.
Yeah, I had a phone call and then I had another phone call and then I had another phone call. So I was just like, well, forget it. I can't.
Talk about
Every time
getting messages, huh? Yeah, you got lots of messages.
nobody calls me all day long, but when I want to be somewhere doing something, they call.
Right. That's always the way, I think. That's always the way. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about your progression into your mediumship that you're able to work on in different ways. You've done it on your channel. You've done it on with me on my channel. You've done it on others. I think maybe Kelly's or somebody else's
Kelly's.
channel as
Yeah,
well.
Kelly's channel.
And hi, Tweezy. Nice to see you here.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Um, so when did you? This has been very recent. I mean, like within the last few months, or
Uh,
is this
well,
not?
before I would have like flashes of doing it,
Okay,
but I couldn't like do it on demand. you know,
I understand.
so
Yeah, yeah.
I would do it at times, but then it would, and I didn't know how, and of course the more you want to do it and you're striving for it and
Right.
you're you,
Yeah.
that's
Block it.
counterproductive.
I know. I know. It's when you get or when you get something and then you let your intellect get in the way and oh really and then you lose it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I totally understand, but I think you're doing really well. And here's Thayer's here saying, "Go, Kathleen,
Okay,
go."
go.
And she's worked with you before, and she just loves you. So, yes, and hello, Tweezy and Jean and Constance and Epiphany Noel and Jill and Lorraine. Oh, it's good to see all of you here today. Thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
I gotta show you. I
Okay.
pulled the card for myself,
Ooh. Okay.
and it's Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. And I pulled it just before we came on. I thought, all right.
That's what you are too. You are a shapeshifter.
Yep.
Wow. So I pulled a card, and my card comes from a new deck. I love Judith Orloff. This one's the Empath's
Ooh.
Empowerment deck.
Oh, that looks
Yeah.
nice.
I have another one of hers, and I just really like it. But this is Find Your Purpose. And it sounds like you have. When you feel like you don't fit in, remember you're here to help create a better world, and your tender heart is a treasure. So there's your message for you.
Thank
Hey, Tarot
you.
Stash, how are you, Gerald? You're lurking while eating lunch. All right. That's great.
I
I'm
can
going to
just
meet
see
my
him
daughter for lunch. Gonna take
with
a trip
a
out.
napkin that has a little mustache on it, tapping his mouth.
And then he's got, I don't have them, but he's got those tiny hands that he puts up, and they just really crack me up. Yeah. So we have so many wonderful, quirky personalities, don't we?
Yeah.
In this community, and I love that everybody is expresses their fun side and their everybody's got a serious side and a fun side and
Yeah.
great.
Next Tuesday, Deanne Shieldmain Tarot and I are going to have a pajama party at 7:30 p.m. Central, and we're going to ask the tarot goofy things like, why does a dog chase its tail? And I thought I have my spiritual AF cards, and I thought we'd just have
Uh-huh.
a party,
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
especially with all the hearings and everything else, I think we need
We need a little
we
bit of
need
lightness.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. And I love that because really laughing is a good exercise both inside and out for us, you know. And I was telling somebody on another show that I had a friend that used to take laughter yoga classes, and you'd start, ho, 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 you bring it up from there, and then everybody would start getting really cracking up and laughing and having a great time. So
Yeah.
yeah. So this is progressing for you. How do you feel it comes through for you? It comes through in pictures, words, feelings. What kind of a Claire do you think this is
Well,
stronger with?
it's um I have all the clairs, but I have some of them more than others. And
Uh-huh.
so I'm clairvoyant.
Uh-huh.
I see things, and that's how I'm trying to interpret what's going on. I'm clairaudient,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll get words, sometimes whole phrases. I'm clear cognizant because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it just hits me and I know what to
You know
say.
what it is, right?
Uh, and and I'm clairsentient, of course, because I'm an empath, and that that is probably my strongest thing is just the feelings and everything. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, sometimes I smell things, and sometimes I taste things, but they're very rare.
Okay.
So, you know, but um, sometimes I did this on Kelly's channel last week, where um, uh, I can't remember the lady's name, but she said she had a dream and there was an angel and she knows, she said something, she just didn't know what. Could I, and I was trying to get the message, my normal way,
Mm-hmm.
and I just and channeled the message
Mm.
directly.
Okay.
And that the only thing about that is I was just whew, tired. I mean,
Oh,
of
exhausted.
course this was
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
this was later in the session, so that was probably a
Yeah.
good thing because I was just wiped after that.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Wow.
I
Yeah,
guess
I
that's something I have to kind of
build
graduate
up
up
to.
to.
Yeah. I don't know really how. I mean, it is unusual. We've made it look usual that people can get messages instantaneously or soon after they go into a sort of a trance here on YouTube. But really, for the most part, you need to. A lot of people need the time, and they need to really, work with trying to get to that other side. And
Right.
a lot of people aren't able to pull in somebody that you want them to pull in. They may get
Right.
somebody else, they're not getting that person necessarily. So when we do,
Right.
it just never ceases to amaze me. And the whole group of people that I've worked with, they're you guys are all amazing because it's almost, yeah, you have to take a little bit of time, but people understand that. But a lot
Right.
of people, mediums take 10 minutes more to try to figure out
Right.
something. So
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
good.
that's the only thing. I'm always very conscious of time,
Uh-huh.
and you know, and the way I see things, and so I see things, I hear things, I know, and so I have to put it all together
Hmm.
into a something that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, because sometimes you'll get a picture of something, or you'll get like uh, other people have said they're showing me something that I think of as reminding me of my mother or reminding me of a place or whatever, and then you have
Hmm.
to translate it. So it's like
Right.
instantaneous translation. Yeah. Oh, and I'm so glad you're here. New Zealand is a long ways away as far as time wise goes. And we're happy that you're joining us. That's great. Thank you so much. Thanks for
I
letting
think
us
it's so
know.
cool that everybody in the world is connected.
That's
That's
right.
just
Blows your mind, doesn't it?
yeah,
It
yeah.
really does. Yeah. Yeah. So Karen Robinson says she misses the Johnny Depp trial. And I guess that's why I had to be riveted last night to the hearings. And I didn't remember. You and I are about the same age. Do you remember watching the Nixon hearings back in the day when they were televised?
Well, let's see. I was born in 1968. So
Oh God, you're a baby. I thought you were my age. All right, no, then you wouldn't have been.
okay, because I was
My
thinking
apologies. My apologies.
Nixon was.
Yeah, you would have been about 5.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't interested at that time.
I understand. No, I understand. My apologies. That's
Oh,
really.
don't worry about it.
No, but you just think that everybody's sort of the same age, and that isn't
Well,
always the
yeah,
case.
because
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
especially if you think alike, you automatically
true.
think that your generation is so different from the younger ones and everything.
Right.
You automatically think that because you think like me, you are,
You must have grown up with the same.
yeah.
Well, all I remember about the Nixon thing, and I was reminded because they showed something about it, but we didn't have televisions I was in college. We didn't have televisions. This would have been in 73 to 74. And so there was a television like in there was a TV room, but everybody would go
Mhm.
in there. So it was like, you didn't
Right.
go there usually.
I mean, I remember that. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and Dad was the ruler of the TV.
Oh yeah. Before the
No,
remote,
and
right.
I was the remote control. He would tell me to go change the channel.
Kathleen, change the channel. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember coming home from college, and Nixon had resigned, and we had a new president, and I had no idea what happened. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But there's a lot of those people still left over. Like John Dean was his attorney, and he's on sometimes on some of the shows, and he talks about how much that was the same. So
Can they actually do anything? I mean, can they, since he's no longer a sitting president, can they
they could,
invoke
they
something
could.
to? Okay.
They could. I don't. The psychics are saying that probably won't happen, but they
Hmm.
better not allow him to run again, because that would be. They should stop anybody that has sedition or
Yeah.
traitors should never be in government.
And
But
yeah,
yeah,
there's a whole bunch of people that should be kicked out.
actually, yes, there is, and we're going to see those people. I can pretty much probably count them on my hands who they are because you just know. But there was something that was on last night that one thing that I didn't know and a lot of people didn't know, and that was that they tried to break into the Capitol at 10:30 in the morning or 11 in the morning, not 1 o'clock, because the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers did not go to listen to him um, give his speech at 12:30 or 1 o'clock. They were already in the Capitol. So you can't tell me that it had to have been planned. And then those
Mhm.
people went, and that just was like the second wave of people. So I don't know
Right.
that everybody knew that, but I don't know. Sure is fascinating to listen and see all these things, though. That's for sure. So, all right, we're going to start off because it might take a little bit of time. So Dana wonders if we can bring her a message from her grandfather,
Naphtali?
Naphtali. Yeah, Naphtali. Yeah. Hi, Jan's Free. It's nice to see you too. Tweezy and Jean, I have your questions. If there's anyone else that wants a question answered.
I got this. He was very boisterous, very happy, very very loving, but he didn't he wasn't it was very hard for anybody to remain sullen around him.
Hmm.
Um, but very wise. Very wise. Um, thank you. He he wants you to know that you're you're going to be all right. You are going to, one way or another, you will rise above. But you have the ability to be so much more than you are. And you need you need to you need to trust yourself more and get outside your box, because he always thought that you you could be anything, you could do anything, you could succeed at anything, because he saw your heart.
Wow. I've got something very similar to that, Katy. He
Really?
wants you to he wants you to break out of your cage and move on and let go. Look at that. The bird breaking right out of the cage. And take a deep breath. You can see the Buddha there, but take a deep breath. And it said, look for the meaningful coincidences. Things that like they're also known as synchronicity, but having something happen where you go, oh wow, that's really strange that I went there and this happened, or I heard this and then I saw that, or whatever. So look for the meaningful coincidences. But yes, he said you have the freedom to go, to let go, and to move on to whatever it is that you're interested in doing, and he's encouraging you to do that. So, hi, Lori Gilbert.
Hi, Lori Gilbert.
I just dropped a card here. All right. All right. Hi, Sharon. Nice to see you. All right. I hope that helped, Dana. Tweezy keeps seeing angel numbers, feeling like something big is going to happen. Wonders what's going on.
Too easy. You're going to you're going to go through a little bit of a rough patch, but because of the rough patch, it's not like bad, but because of the rough patch, you are going to evolve more. It's going to be more of a teaching situation than a a life thing. Look out for things that are just, just those annoyances that get to everybody. But stop and look at your reaction to whatever. And it will make, you will see that your reaction is, this is your palace. This is your space. You have to realize that in your space, you control what goes on. And it's going to lead to further um, further understanding of the synchronicities, further understanding of yourself, further understanding of your gifts.
Hmm.
But it's like when you have one of those moments where uh you you realize that, oh my God, if I just release and let go and stop worrying about this, I'm doing this to myself because, you know, by not setting boundaries, by not da 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 da, it frees you in a way that is life changing.
Wow. So you saw I think you used the word palace or something. You saw a
Mm-hmm.
building. I got castle.
Oh, wow.
It says here that you need to recognize your power, and this crystal ball is next. Your intuition and premonitions are really dead on. You just need to make sure that you listen to them. And if you're seeing the angel numbers, that's one way of sort of saying to yourself, okay, I'm watching, and this is what's happening. Okay. So use discernment, but yes, you have an inner knowing, and that inner knowing is really, really starting to build for you. And the last card I got was that this will bring you your heart's desire. It's called Hearth and Home, but a happy home and security and so on. But with this card next to it, I feel like that it's bringing you to your spirituality, and then your home is your body, your body and
Mm-hmm.
soul, and it's bringing this new awareness to you, and offering you your gifts that you have. So there you go. Wonderful. I love that. I pulled that card before you said anything about that. That's what always blows my mind when that happens. Yeah. So Jean, yes, you can have a card or you can have a message from spirit. Absolutely. So
Enjoy. This is the lady,
ooh.
and it's enjoy growth and reap rewards. And that is one of the things that we don't do. We don't take every victory, even like, woohoo, I got the dishes done. We don't we don't stop, and because we're on autopilot. But if we enjoy that feeling of, oh, the dishes are done, I can sit and bask in my moment, we
Mm-hmm.
should enjoy each and everything about life, and we should have gratitude. When we eat, we should have gratitude for our food.
Absolutely.
When we're making our food for our family to eat, we should be thinking about the nourishment of our bodies, and how thankful we are for that, because it's gratitude
Mm-hmm.
and enjoyment that are the big things in life.
Absolutely. And like you say, take the small victories. It's
Yep.
so awesomely true. So you are in the divine light here. I love this card. It's gorgeous. So the divine light is shining down upon you. Keep your ears wide open, it says. Listen to what it is that's being said. And I love it because it's a number 33, which is a master number. And you will manifest whatever it is that you desire. But you must remember that you're grateful, that you're living in that divine light, and that you, as well as everyone else, um, are are able to get reward and love from the source. There is no want. There is no, what is the word, lack of
Lack.
anything, right? There's
Yeah.
no lack. The
If we
universe.
can be in that,
Mhm.
if we can get out of that feeling of lack, we
Right.
can change the world.
Oh, we can, and certainly change our own lives,
Yeah.
so that you recognize that's working for you. So yes, thanks, Jean. All right, so our friend in New Zealand, Ann Simpson, wonders if we have a message from Spirit for all of us. I think one of the things that I would say right away, and that's just off the top of my head, is I'm so grateful that we are connected to all people all over the planet,
Yeah.
including yourself, Anne. So thank you for the question. Yeah.
Well, I think the what we need at the moment because is integrity. Integrity is something that cannot be bought and cannot be sold. You have to decide what in your own integrity is all about and live that way. When we get into power and things of that nature, when we're looking at the powerful people while we're standing far, far away, we think that there's nothing we can do. There's nothing. But we realize that we are souls having a human experience. We are souls wrapped in a cocoon of human flesh. Our souls have more power than we will ever know. But we don't realize what type of power we have. And so we think we're helpless.
Mm-hmm.
But by using our spirit, our spirit, our minds, and our bodies, using that triad, we
Mm-hmm.
can think to change things. We can put forth action to change things. We can, with the power of our spirit, put forth our energy and change things. That.
While you were
that
saying that, Katie, I was thinking of the Wizard of Oz when the good witch says, "You've always had the power, my dear, to go back on your own," because she had those ruby slippers,
mm-hmm.
But we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our power, and there's some fear involved there. So this is for the collective. It's time to clear our aura of the negative and focus more on all that which is positive in our lives and in the world, because we have been waking the lion. A lot of us have been waiting. We've been standing by, and we've been saying to ourselves, we're here as a collective, and things are going to start moving very quickly because we are at a crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need to be the ones that bring along others that are willing to go, not pushing them to go, but if they're willing to go, to bring along others, and to have them clear their auras and know that they are in the right place at the right time, and we will work as a collective. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. All right. Thank you so much. All right, Tammy. It looks like your question for your daughter is a really good one for everybody. I mean, it's just it's a channel question, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Do souls have their own names, or do we just get named when we get reborn?
Yeah. Souls have a name, and that is considered your true name.
Yes.
When we come down here, we have a name, but it's not our true name.
So we have a sort of a soul name.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking too, that it isn't necessarily that we are aware of it or whatever, but that there's a soul name given to us. And even though because we're male and female over different lifetimes, and we don't know it. That's why I think sometimes people don't feel like their name. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that change it, or they feel like this just doesn't resonate for me, and so it might be partially that, and partially if you embody the ideas or of another name, then perhaps you feel more resonance with that as well. So, yeah.
Cool question.
Yeah, it was a great question. Yes, thank your daughter for that inspiration. Oh, this is just a little interesting something that Karen said. She worked at the Hotel Bel Air in '89, and the Orange Man was in the lounge with Marla, as he was still married to the First Lady, his Ivana. And the look on his face was, "Are you going to tell?"
His one thought always, yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is, his other thought is that he doesn't know a true statement. He hasn't got a bit of truth in anything he says. And they said that last night.
He thinks that whatever comes out of his mouth is the truth. So,
right.
And it doesn't matter. He is such a narcissist that he wants to gaslight the world into believing what he says.
He even said this morning, I guess on his own website or whatever it is, how disappointed he was in his daughter, and Bill Barr was nothing but a jerk. Everybody else is a jerk. Everybody else is stupid, even his own kids. It's just really sad. So, yep. All right, moving on. Tammy now has a question for herself. Hi, Viviani. It's nice to see you. Why the heck is her left foot having a buzzing sensation? Wow. Well, that's your spirit.
Now this is the nurse Katy stepping in. But there are neuropathy is something that it causes a buzzing in the feet, and it can be intermittent, and there's diabetic neuropathy. There's several different reasons for it. But one thing that you really need to do is point your toes and flex your ankle. Point your toes towards your knee. Point your toes, towards away from you, and back and forth, because that increases circulation. And that will but these are nerves. But if it just suddenly happened, you might try that to increase the circulation, prop your feet up, and go to your doctor.
So I have to tell you, I'm a diabetic, and with me though, it's more cramps. I'll be fine all day, and then I'll get to bed and I'll have those horrible Charlie horse cramps in my legs. And I think that's calcium or something. I can't remember what it is, but
it's probably calcium. Those cramps are calcium a lot of times.
Yeah. But it's just they're shooting things.
Yeah, and you need calcium, potassium, and magnesium to make you absorb the calcium quickly. If you and actually you can if you take all three together, you can take that, and within an hour they'll stop.
Okay, good, because that sucks. But yeah. All right. Also, I just want to say, spiritually, metaphysically, your left side is your spiritual side. And so, if it's buzzing and it's starting at the feet, I don't know. I would only say perhaps that foot is getting some grounding coming up from the foot to bring up to you. I don't know.
Well, she needs, with it being on her foot, um, she needs, she has something that she is putting off that
Uh-huh.
she needs to address and go on.
Oh,
Because if it was a spiritual thing, it's like your foot's dragging, you're
yeah,
dragging your foot,
you're dragging your feet. Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
that's that's the
Mm-hmm.
the thing, that having your feet, one be buzzing or aching or itching or something like that. A lot of times that's putting off something
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Make sure you
also
check
her
on it.
blood clotting.
Yeah, check on it, Tammy, because we're not, as you know, well, Kathleen is a nurse, but still, we don't
Yeah, but
we
I've had a
don't
brain
see you.
aneurysm,
Yeah.
so
But you know, it's just make sure that this is just for entertainment. That's right.
yeah,
But yeah,
but
Valerie
yeah,
said potassium, and I know that when potassium is lacking, you do get cramping as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
but potassium and magnesium are have to be present for total absorption of calcium.
Sure.
And you'll, I mean, yes, you will have cramps everywhere if you get dehydrated because of
Right.
low potassium.
Yeah.
Potassium, you know, magnesium, manganese, potassium, and calcium have to be present for the heart to work because the heart's a muscle.
Okay.
And so you really need to, and especially since there's different medications that are calcium blockers and blah, 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 blah. So
Mm-hmm.
just
Yep.
if you take those three together, they really it gets in your body the way it's supposed to instead of running through you and going out.
Yeah. Yeah. Good, Tammy. Thank you for saying to check on if it's medical or not. Yeah. Um, I've also had gastric surgery, and I have a really bad absorption problem because you don't have much of a stomach left. And so I have to be really careful. And I'll get some weird stuff going on because of that. Oh, yes, Lorraine. Uh huh. And Dana, I got yours as well. I think that I have enough, though, after Lorraine, please, for today. Thank you. We want to make sure we have enough time. Lena wonders if we have a message from her spirit guides or her ancestors. Marlene, make sure I have your grandmother's first names, please, if you would. That's all I need.
You need you need your recovery time. You need um, introspection. You need to set back, get away from everybody, set your boundaries, and go into yourself. Um, you need more communication with loved ones. You can talk to loved ones on the other side as well, and they will answer you in 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 okay, I'm going to tell you to get a book. It doesn't matter. Get like the Bible, get anything, and stick a pen in it, or a pencil, or a chopstick, and run it in there and put it on a page, put it on a part of the page and read that sentence, because that method is is going to work for you with that. that your ancestors, I'm sorry, your ancestors are wanting to relay messages. So there is a book. There is a book that is important, or that has been important to you, or to like your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, whatever. That they're just showing this important book. It's like this glowing, a glowing, like, and sitting on a table, and it's like whoa. But I don't think it's like a really grandiose leather book, but there's some book that is going to be, the answers are going to be to where that you can understand. And but you need to put yourself forward, stand in your truth, but first you need that introspection to, it's like taking inventory. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So don't believe all the tall tales people will want to tell you. I mean, this is a Pinocchio sitting here, but he's sitting underneath of the beautiful stars that are above there. Just be careful. Be careful of any tall tales. I see that you are working hard on a healing of your heart, and it looks like it's becoming very successful. In fact, it will also ripple out to other people because the ripple effect is being seen here, or it will be doing it. Has a spreading effect, and the consequences of the way that you heal your own heart and will help others heal their own hearts as well. So thank you so much.
Well, what do you call that? The book, divination, with where you put a pen in it, or a
Oh,
pencil in it, and you ruffle through. It's called something.
is it called
Is it
something? I'm not sure.
bibliomancy?
Maybe bibliomancy sounds right. Yep, yep. Where you just pick any book off a shelf, actually, and just
Mm-hmm.
open a page and put your finger right for the message. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's right. So it could be a Bible. It could be an auto mechanics manual. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
something.
it might tell you something. So, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Tina Marie. Okay. Um, the next one, wait a minute, we already, hold on a second. I'm going to have Lorraine's first, please. So Lorraine wonders if we can have uh, a message from Spirit.
Okay. Use your passion, your fire, your creativity to to do to make, channel that creativity, that passion into a a viable thing. Um, don't get caught up in so caught up in the minutia, the details of things, that you you wind up sabotaging yourself. Don't do that, because creativity is in itself just a natural process. Don't You have to make it work. I'm not saying that, but don't get hung up in the details to where that you miss the big picture. Um, you can walk away from that feeling of almost, it's like you, something about details. You get so caught up in that, it's almost like an obsession. But you can walk around, go get out of that and be in the pure creative space. But you almost need um, guidepost, or it's like you put you have to climb the ladder step by step to realize that you are successful, to realize that you um, have succeeded. But it's it's in the it's almost like it's in the tearing it all apart, when you get really frustrated, that you see where you needed to shore it up. So let me see. Yeah, you can be in the driver's seat. You don't have um, to live in this, because it is you that has the control. You are the driver of the ship.
Wow.
You're the captain.
You're the captain, huh?
So you control what you do, whether you think it or not.
Good recognition here too, Lorraine. I think what's harder for us to see ourselves and how we sabotage ourselves, um, unless we're sort of brought forward and reflect upon it. I see you standing in the middle of this beautiful moonlight, and it says you have the freedom to do what it is you're ready to do at this point, whatever that might be. And you also have an archangel with you to help you with a new beginning. And he's full of hope and optimism for you. And this was destined. This is what you were destined to do. So, yeah, um, make sure that you let go of things that you question intellectually, and go with the gut feeling that you're feeling, um, interiorly. Let's put it that way. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Lorraine, for the question. And it's so good to see you here. Honestly, haven't seen you in a while, so I'm glad to have you here. All right. Dana, her son is a doctor wanting to start an internship. And she has asked this question and other things before, but if you have anything, let us know.
Have
You're
anything?
welcome. Oh, good, MK Karen. It's good to see you.
He's going to need to. He's gonna. I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna do this, but he's gonna need some complete downtime to recharge his battery. Um,
Mm.
he's going to be fine and everything, but I'm just overwhelmingly exhausted. So, um, you know, you might get him some good vitamins, or get him um, into uh, if he meditated, that would be great for him actually, because he's he's it's like he needs something that will recharge his battery, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
he needs he even if you just buy him the binary beats uh, music, and he just listens to that while he's um, doing paperwork or whatever. He needs something to because I'm not getting anything bad. It's just for this period of time he's going to be stressed out.
Recharge. Yeah.
Yeah, recharged. He needs to be recharged.
So I got pull two cards here. I have here that this is an eclipse card, but it says a union of opposites. So it's very possible he will find somebody to work with, but they may do things totally differently than he does. But at the same time, we learn the most from people who are different than we are. Um, and so it says here that he may have a temporary block, and that sounds like what Kathleen's talking about, being tired out. But with the support of family, loyalty and allegiance and so forth, and the support system that you offer to him, he will be fine. He will do fine. He just may find somebody that he wouldn't have expected to work with or for. Uh,
Right.
yeah. So, all right. Thank you so much. I wish him well. Marlene wanted a different reading, but for two other grandmothers, but she didn't know their names, so she would be happy taking this message from her mom, Germaine.
I hear laughter. Um, she she has the I don't understand. Hang on. Okay, I'll just tell you what I'm seeing in it, because I cannot. It's like um, a woman sitting there playing with a like a ribbon, or a long strip of cloth that's narrow, and it's almost as if there's a cat, but I don't see a cat. And I'm 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 trying to figure out what on earth that could mean, because I've never seen it before. Um, but I get, because of the feelings, I get that your mom was was um both serious and funny. Um, she could be very serious, but she 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 loved laughter. She loved the um, the silliness of, maybe that's it. Maybe it's like a little kid wiggling something for a cat. She loved the things that are just the moments that that you can't buy. It's just the the children playing, and that type of thing was actually something she really loved. Um, for some reason, I get she it wasn't like I'm not getting the Susie Homemaker thing, because usually aprons and casserole dishes and all that kind of stuff. But
So Tammy thinks that she was laughing because she was an afterthought. That I love that. It's very possible. She's saying, "Okay, you couldn't get them, so you got me." Because you know my name. Yeah, that's really cool, though. Wow. Um, I got the first card I got was the scales, which is considering pros and cons. And so consider, and this is, you have to balance things out. You have to figure out what is the best thing, you want to balance yourself. The next part is to remain fluid. And it says, in this, you're remaining free to be in the flow and not resisting. If you're resisting anything, let it go. And be ready to communicate and let people know if there are things that you need to express to them that maybe have been either bothering you or things that you would like to discuss or talk.
Okay, Marlene or Audette. Yes, she was very crafty. That's the reason
Okay,
why
that's it.
probably the ribbons and
The ribbons. Okay.
the
Good.
things. Yeah.
Yep. Wonderful. Well, that's awesome. And she
But
was serious and she was funny. There you go. Nailed that one, Kathleen. That's great. Yeah. All right. The next one is from Watcher. She wonders if we can please get a message from her mom or her dad, and their names are Doris or Pete.
Doris or Pete?
Mhm.
I'm hearing a kind of one of those men. My dad was like this too. He's my dad was very gruff, but he had a heart of gold. So I'm getting that kind of feeling from your dad, because it's like he he had a manner of you know not announcing I love you and all this kind of stuff, but you knew he did. And but he loved you and he loved your mama. um your mom is much more um oil over troubled waters. you know she she's but he wants you to know that he is proud of how far you have came, and they want you to know that they are together, and there is no pain, there is no discomfort. They're watching you, they're watching over you. They're not there all the time, but they're there at your low times when you need them. They have other things to do over on the spirit side, I guess. I don't know, you know, but they know that even though you don't feel like it, you got this.
Wow. So I pulled an empath's card, Watcher. I just felt compelled to do that. And the message I got was to see your emotions as teachers. And it's hard to do that because sometimes we can be angry about something and we don't want to be angry, but it's teaching us what we need to know at the time. It's said that they can be vehicles for transformation, whether they're joyous or challenging. They'll help you to overcome fear and cultivate compassion, and they're tied to your self-worth. So just a little message from heaven for you, and lots of love to all of you today, and Kathleen for being here with us today. And
thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so grateful because I mean, on my channel, it's hard to do the chat and be in this.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. Yep. We'll do it again. Thank you, Kathleen. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed weekend. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye.